Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely to have you along with us as I'm riding back here from Durham. Well, just outside Durham, actually, via Neville's Cross, and we're going to be heading towards the wetlands. So that should be an interesting little ride. Another road into the wetlands. Who knew? Petrol on the left for those that want it. So Chris is up ahead, a car in front of me, and yeah, we're likely to hit a little bit of traffic here, there and everywhere on the road there, but this is going to be going down the 167 from Neville's Cross, heading down towards the A1 and coming off onto the 195 and heading across to the wetlands from there. And that's Chris ahead on the R1150 GS, which apparently rides exceptionally well, according to an engineer that we spoke to earlier on. I won't say why. So yeah, here we go, into the wild blue yonder, as you do, heading up towards Neville's Cross. And for the life of me, I can't remember the name of the place we've been, but it doesn't matter. It'll be an interesting ride. I shall shut up for a little while. The weather conditions today are not the best. It's neither one thing nor another. There's that feeling of dampness in the air with a I don't know what you'd call it. It's a drizzle, but not even drizzly, and there's just enough moisture dropping from the sky onto the roads to float oil up and make it not slippy. Well, yeah, slippy, but not icy slippy, where you know it's going to be slippy. It's just that kind of, you can feel the grips not quite as good as you want. Could be a lot better, could be a lot worse, I suppose, but not much. It's that kind of moisture on the road that I absolutely detest. If it's dry as a bone, obviously you've got all the grip from the panicky threes that are on this thing. I'm coming past. Thank you, sir. And if it's absolutely piddling it down, then it just washes all the slippiness away. But this, it's just that drizzly, horrible, nasty, drizzly, nasty drizzle that floats the oil or whatever slippiness is in the roads up, and I hate it when it's like that. But never mind. So there's Chris on his 1150. It's a different setup I've got on the helmet today. I'm wearing the laser helmet that's got the what do you call it? Photochromatic visor on it, which is really good. It's quite dark at the minute, and it makes it very comfortable to ride. Not much in the way of wind noise, thankfully. So I've got the Yi 4K Plus mounted, and I think I might need to change the mounting because I'm not sure it's going to look as good as I want it to look, but never mind. For reference as well, today we are in 30 frames per second, as you know one does, because the 60 frames a second is creating huge files, and I mean 30 gigs at a time. It's ridiculous. So anyway, yeah, the back road from Neville's Cross down the 167 towards Chesterley Street is where we're going. Traffic coming through was, well, as you can see on the right hand side, utterly shocking. Lots and lots of it, but of course there's that big hatched area that you can filter down, well, overtake in truth. So yes, it's heading towards a roundabout where it'll be very tempting to go left towards Lanchester and just go and hoon it around there for a while. This is a lovely road. But as you can see, this road in front, it's just got that level of dampness on that's horrible. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? Laters. Traffic at this time of the day, it's different in different directions. I've not quite understood why, but never mind. So here we come. I went past you, mate. Slow riding skills now. Or stop. Whichever. Now look at the markings on the road, and then look at this silver van. and you think he's going to be turning right, and he's not gonna. There you go, look. Far too close to Chris in front. And yes, alright, that might have seemed a bit like predictive text. I'm going to be absolutely honest. When this was filmed, I had the volume control on my microphone turned right down, so there's absolutely no contemporary commentary going on. This is being done in the studio after the event. My apologies for that, but these things happen, don't they? Yeah, so having worked out that Charlie Boy in the silver van is, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh yes, a numpty. I'm hanging back a little bit because I don't trust the bugger. He's patently driving for himself, couldn't give a monkey's about anybody else. So self-preservation being the important thing, I'll hang back and see where he goes. And I happen to know when we get to the next roundabout, he's going to be a nugget again. Keep an eye on him. No idea who it is, I've got no idea what he's delivering, if he's delivering anything. I just wish idiots like him would stay off the roads. That's just me though. In the meantime, at this point in time in my commentary, I think I mentioned the Rucker jacket, the Rucker Niveler jacket that I'm wearing. And for the first time since I got it, I do not have its thermal layer underneath it, the Down X jacket. And I'm here to tell you, it still keeps you perfectly comfortable. And in terms of waterproofness, it is completely waterproof. Yes, now he's entitled to go straight on where he is. He is. But, yeah, no. I don't know who it is or what it is. Nah. I don't like this roundabout at the best of times. But at least its tarmac is decent. It's not pitted and rutted to hell, unlike some which we'll see later on. There he goes. Speedy Gonzales. Oh well. There's no rush. There's no point in getting to the wetlands too early, because if it's not 6 o'clock you can't get in. I do like this bit of road though. It can be quite speedy. Unfortunately, the camera vans, because Durham doesn't have any fixed cameras, so the camera vans do like to take up residence along here in various different spots. Which they're perfectly entitled to do, just don't have to like it, do I? Yes. Nice fast stretch of road with a 50-mile-an-hour limit coming up. A kind of iffy bend with this junction on the left. Got to be a little bit careful down here. But there you go. Such is life, as they say. I know riding on dual carriageways is boring for most people to watch. It's pretty boring to do, to be honest, but you keep yourself on your toes, don't you? At least Silver Van Man has disappeared, which is good. Makes it a more enjoyable ride when Silver Van Man's diddled off. So yes, one of the camera spots will be coming up after the next roundabout. There's a couple before then as well, I think. They're very keen for some reason on sticking revenue generators on this stretch of road. I suppose it's because it's got the 50-mile-an-hour limit on it that comes after a national speed limit, which obviously is going to be 70. And in years gone by, and I'm showing my age here a little bit, this was always de-restricted, or national speed limit, if that's what you want to call it. And yeah, many folks like myself have difficulty remembering that they've put 50s on. Coming off this roundabout heading down towards Chesley Street, that big 50's in the middle of the road, and you really do need to be mindful of it. because there's 2 or 3 places down this stretch where camera vans will be parked. One of which is coming up in around about 200 yards time. Just as you go around this bend, at this point they'll have got you, because on the left you'll see a chunk of tarmac where that blue sign is. That's where the nasty buggers park up. And there's a second spot down here on the left as well where they park up. By the time you've seen it, it's too late, they've got you. So do be careful if you're down this way. Now the montage till we get there.